What up? It's the Raw Way Show podcast, and I am your fucking host, Raw Way, aka the Big Homie. It's an exciting night. Pre-Father's Day, Juneteenth, it's, blackness, Black Lives Matter, all that shit. Next to me, heavily anticipated, never ever duplicated. One of my partners in crime, the other second half of the trio, my man, my Cicerone, my supreme Cicerone, Giddy Boy.
Yo, happy Father's Day. Glad to see you fellas.
Glad to see you, man. Looking strong and shit.
Hey, I'm back in the gym,
Well, man, nigga looking like strong.
I thought we were supposed to go back to the gym.
I don't know what y'all doing. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't waiting on y'all. I ain't waiting on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Selfishness, man.
Let's go.
And, on the other side of the table, at the dark end of the table, we got a legendary MC with the freshest cuts in the city. And, I don't know, he has an opinion. The third of the trio of the three amigos.
That's right.
Not the amigos, don't get it fucked up. Tres amigos. Paul Clark, what's up, baby? The Lincoln Parker.
Just found out how selfish I was. Father's Day, like, my daughters, they battle for my attention. I'll see y'all doing it. And that's one of the questions. So I want to ask, Dad, who's the first one that said Happy Father's Day to people? Just so 21 years old, it's childish. So, but she was. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even see it. I was asleep. So when I woke up and I see it, I was like, okay, thanks, babe. Happy, heart. Right? And then Makai did it. You know what I'm saying? And then I literally was about to, call Tim. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 something like that. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? So then when I was like, oh, he's a selfish motherfucker because he's a father too. And you ain't even call him. You ain't getting shit. You just waiting for it. He's a selfish motherfucker. So I wasn't going to go Facebook. I'm going to take a picture of just me and be like, Happy Father's Day to me, just me, only me, fuck y'all, just me. That's what I did to him. Happy Father's Day, Tim.
Happy Father's Day, Tim, baby.
Lil Juan got his first June out there too.
He's spitting. You done spit one out, they're spitting one out.
Yeah.
And he was with my daughters, right? And they already picked my gift out, so he late doing his. So I don't know, they had Family Dollar. They busted him out to me about it right here. They was like, and then Tim gonna pick up these plastic flowers. And then so Kai was like, well, what the fuck daddy gonna do with goddamn plastic ass flowers and shit? What you gonna do with flowers, period?
They last forever, though.
Yeah, every time you look for it, look at the motherfuckers old, dusty in the corner of the kitchen window. It still be there, like Tim's But man, this is, moving along past all that, because it's crazy, we've been waiting on this all week. We got somebody that's very special in the building, like to the people that know me or you or some other people like you. We got a special guest in the house, and let me say it right, because I've been being correct. LEANEL.
All right. That's right.
Jones. See, you don't fuck it up, but you only got to rehearse a couple minutes a few nights.
You got it right.
You know what I mean? What's up, LEANEL, man?
Hey, I'm glad to be here. I
gotta show you some love, man.
Much love to you, brother. Much love to you. Much love to you.
Absolutely, sir.
What I do want to do,
much love to you.
Before we even get deep or get anywhere close to anything, we do a shot at the beginning of every show.
Okay.
And we toast to the future, to greatness.
That's right. I can't do a shot without a glass. No.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Hold on.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right.
Oh,
You got it right there.
If we're gonna
Well, the Wabs were Gophers. We had Gophers.
We had some, but
The security we got is so tight, they probably wouldn't even let our Gophers in.
I'm hoping my wife sleeps so she don't see me drinking all this alcohol. But this is grown.
We ain't getting in trouble, and this was Father's Day yesterday. That's like a pass. And Juneteenth all at the same time. Come on. They lucky it ain't no, no, I ain't gonna get nobody in trouble. Y'all just let
vodka.
Pour up, man.
And I want to know which one he want. He got
He
his
said
glass.
vodka, sir.
Vodka.
I thought that you said that I could have swore that he was like, no, I'm just gonna drink wine today.
Yeah, I was, but you know, y'all said
Until
y'all
the
got
energy
this
just
toast.
started
Y'all told me-
Customary,
Hey,
our tradition.
Let me tell you something.
Until the energy start flowing.
My brother told me that our dad told us when in Rome, you have to do as the Romans did.
Welcome to Rome, brother.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
you see that spoon in that heroin?
Brother LEANEL, happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day.
Cheers. Happy.
Playboy.
No doubt.
We gotta give it up for Playboy too
That's
back
right.
there on the other side of things.
You'll probably only see him once every 34 episodes.
We don't fucking, you can't be fucking with
It bothers me when I
It's the 34th episode.
Get my man the paper towel.
30 seconds. It's the 30 seconds.
It's the
Right
30
there.
seconds.
Yeah.
I can't get his face on nothing that I advertise. Nothing. I got one picture. It's an ugly one too. It's a picture of a picture.
Thank you, sir. You already down here? Paul's an asshole, man. It's gonna be all
But
night.
you won't see him though. You won't see him.
Woo-wee! That's Playboy right
Oh my
there.
God, oh my God.
Now you know why I don't drink vodka.
Oh, you forgot.
Oh shit. Vodka will let you know.
Yeah, like you forgot about that, did you?
Especially that Tito's.
I'm about to change this was on.
Oh, y'all motherfucker, I know y'all be drinking that Tito's.
That's Tito's. That ain't Tito's.
Yeah, that guy was it?
That Tito's.
I turned the labels backwards so they wouldn't show.
Wee! My goodness.
It's just vodka. That's
Vodka.
all it is. It's a form of
Wow. Hey, that's all right though.
That Tito's ain't no
All
joke.
right, so
I vape.
on to the interview. I met my dude LEANEL at the Drake the Imperial Great launch party.
Yes.
Yes. I talked to this dude, man. I spent a great deal of time over there chopping it up with my dude.
Enjoy it.
He automatically made me feel at peace.
Enjoy it.
You know, I knew he was a good brother before he even said the first few words, but yeah, man, so
Word.
I knew you had to come on down and be a part of, you know, what we got going on here.
I really appreciate it. You know, in my 69 years of being on this earth, I don't learn much, but I learn a lot from my sons. And he told me, I said, son, you've been on podcasts, Alan, my son Alan. I said, you've been on a podcast before. What do you do? He said, just don't overtalk the host. He said, don't overtalk the host. And say, if he asks you a question, answer that. Don't give him none of your big, you want to go down the river with it. Because I will.
So listen, this podcast, you can overtalk the host and go down the river. Listen, we want you down. We want you down the river. You understand?
Look at Paul. Just tell him he can go down by the lake.
Man, go get in the river. Get in the river, dog.
I want to hear the history. That's what I want to hear. 69, and I you talking about going down the boat. You know what I'm saying? Like there's history in there.
Oh, there's a bunch of
I do history. I do
There's a
history.
bunch of history.
Oh
I've
my.
been around a while.
Certain amount.
Come here.
Huh?
Certain amount.
Nah.
No, I visualize that I am actually, literally there when I do history right there. So I go a little bit past it. When you do that, you understand what, when, where, and why.
What?
Yes. You are there. Read the Bible. If you actually have it in your head that you got on some dusty ass sandals, you only got one fucking outfit. You wearing this tomorrow too, and the next day, and the next day, and shit. Once you and it's hot as fuck and it's uneven, so you need that staff. You know what I'm saying, for support right there. You start to learn all of that when you just read it. First, come on. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So you look at history differently if you really get into it and shit. It ain't just black and white.
Or is it like a documentary right now? Does that sound like you're talking about like a documentary or something?
No, I don't want to know what high school is.
That's what it sounds
I
like.
went to Central. You know what I'm saying? My mama used to go to Central.
Yeah, he already caught it right in his mouth like he always do.
No.
Oh shit.
So, Brother LEANEL.
We had a meeting without you. So this is all planned.
Let's get into it, brother. when I met you, well, it was after we met. You started like breaking it down, like how you got the name The Walking Man, how you even got to the point where you selling these type of products and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna give you the floor, man. Let's get into it.
Well, like I said, I'm 69 years old. You know, I 4 children, 15 grandchildren. Living children.
That's dropping season past the season. That's history.
My sons are all got my name, LEANEL.
Okay.
Most of them, and all my grandchildren have my name. The sons, the boys, not.
Okay. Yeah.
LEANEL.
You did it right.
You see what I'm saying? But I was sick, and the doctor, I had cancer.
Okay, well, brother, what year we talking about here?
We're talking about
keep like a timeline.
2010,
Okay.
2011. I had cancer, and at that time I was on a lot of opiates. You know, I took a lot
That's how that
because I took 2 in the morning and 2 at night. Percocet 10s. Percocet 10s, 2 in the morning, 2 at night.
That was for pain?
Pain.
Wow.
Pain in my back, pain in my legs. I had a lot of pain.
Okay.
But I believe once you get on opiates, it becomes a mind game. Once you get on it, you stay on it or you get off of it. If you use them and you keep on using them, you have to learn how to get off of them. But if you're using them and you keep on using them, you never get off of them.
Yeah.
Part of so, because that's something like that I've always thought about. Is it more like if you're, like say if you're a person that has kind of like an abusive personality, like, you know what I mean? Or is it just
DNA?
or it just hit you regardless? Like, because by you saying it being a mind thing, you know, if you're not a person that's really known to really like indulge in too much of stuff, or is it just hit you? You know, I'm just speaking about by him having it as an individual, like, you know what I mean? Because I know everything attack everybody different, but I just always wonder that because I'm not like a person that got to have certain stuff. People when it as a pain medicine, a drug, or whatever.
When I say a mind game, number one, my doctor had me on those. He told me how many to take, when to take them. Well,
How I know? You know what I'm saying?
well, you know, I was in a great deal of pain because I had problems with my legs. My legs swell and ache all the time. I mean, I got a lot of health problems. Even though I look jolly and happy and stuff like that, I got a lot of serious health problems. Now, don't let that bother me because I got my sons, my wife. I got a wonderful wife.
Yeah, I met your wife too. Yeah.
Thank you, baby. I love you.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? I love my wife. For real.
Show that love.
I love my wife. We've been married almost 50 years. It's 48.
Oh, never got rid of
Yeah.
that. That's that old love.
But to get back to it, I was on opiates for all those years, and I went back to my old days when I was younger. You know, I used to smoke a little weed because when I had cancer, I couldn't eat. So, you know, I said, man, you know, I used to eat, smoke a little weed, you know, and I'd be all right. I could eat, and I'd feel okay. Well, I'll smoke a little weed. My doctor came to me one day and asked me to take a urine test. I'm like, I ain't got no job. You take a urine test. I ain't had no job. He said, well, I'm gonna need you. Now, this joker been giving me opiates for the last 10 years, and now you wanna ask me to take a urine test. I'm like, dude, what you checking for?
Right.
You know, so I actually couldn't pee. And he told me, he said, well, come back if you gotta pee. I'm like, hey, did you? So I didn't go back until Monday. This was on a Friday. I didn't go back till Monday. Mm-hmm. And so when a week later, I get a letter saying he didn't want to longer be my doctor because I had been smoking marijuana.
What?
Yeah.
On opioids.
On opiates, for real. I mean, this joker was giving me these opiates, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna cut you off right now.
What?
Did you ask why?
Yeah, he told me because I smoked some marijuana.
No, I mean, like, why would that? Because, like, what year was this happening?
This was in 2010, 2011. By now it's 2011.
Because I
So
know,
was
like,
that around the time that the opioid got
There you
going?
go. There you go. When the big opiates thing, when it was starting to
when we
crack
first
down.
started ignoring it at
Yeah.
first, like a lot of people ignored that like for a long time. It was like a group of just 8, and then it grew to 12, then the group started growing. And I remember we used to say, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, they ain't care about us when we was on crack. You know what I'm saying? Now they on that shit, and they be like, and I said about this, there'd be signs with people's face pictures when they look at my baby, and I'm like, that motherfucker, 39 years old, what the fuck you mean? But you've been addicted to some shit, and they didn't tell you, and they would tell you that they would find somebody in a senator or something like that, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to your story and all this right here. He didn't report shit because he was in on the tape too, so he's kind of quiet until they
Definitely in on the tape.
They
Did you
struggle
watch,
with
did you
so.
watch the movie about it? It was a series on Netflix.
I started watching it like Dope Sick or something.
It was
Yeah,
yeah,
you put me
Dope
on
Sick.
Oh, that's why they got
to
Michael Keaton. I ain't checking that out.
I eliminated
I
race
know.
out of it when an African American boy came in. You know what I'm saying? He's like, it didn't work I could do because I'm trying to get a job because I just got out of rehab. I'm nosy. I want to know I'm gonna ask and shit. Rehab for what? You young as hell. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying the opioids. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's some white people shit in my brain. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how did that happen? And he said when he played high school football, he broke his collarbone. You know what I'm saying? And that was the medication that they gave him. You know what I'm saying? Now you okay now,
Yeah.
but you're still lying and saying it still hurts, so they prescribing you more, and then they cut you off because they're like, nah, come on, that's been 2 years. Your shit should have been done. So then now you ain't got nothing. So now you gotta go steal it. You know what I'm saying? You in people's medicine cabinet. Now you starting to get a reputation. Now I ain't allowed in this person's house. And then was it heroin? Did you get on after that right there? So now you gotta go to that right there.
So okay, with him saying that, how did them cutting you off? What was your moves? What did you do after that?
Well, see, God always has a game plan.
All right.
Seriously. Now I'll tell y'all, I do a lot of stuff. I love the Most High. Seriously.
Right.
I drink, I vape, but I love him. And then I love my wife and my children.
As it should be.
What I did was, instead of taking 2 all the time, sometimes when I was feeling okay, I wouldn't take 2 in the morning or 2 at night.
And that's where I was at. The question is, because I remember I had a pain and I was given some pain meds, like some volume and something else. And I remember the shit made me feel so good, but it wasn't like good. It didn't give me the good like I'd be like, oh my God.
Right.
It wasn't that, it just made that pain go
Make the
away.
pain go away.
And I remember I was stretching them out. Like I don't need them every
I don't
day,
need them all the time.
but I was stretching them out trying to make that little 12 pills last.
When I first started taking opiates, the nurse said, in order for you to keep the pain down, you have to take them like the doctor said. So that means take 2 in the morning and 2 at night. You do that by about 2 or 3 years. I don't care what nobody say. You hooked.
You a dick, right?
You a druggie. You whatever anybody want to call him.
Now you're in the situation like
Exactly.
Paul's saying, like you stealing and
Exactly.
you doing everything that.
My thing is, you asked me how or why,
Mhm.
and I told y'all that the Lord was really good to me. I had started taking less and less. I was getting 320 every month. 320 of them.
Damn.
Every single month.
And not selling them.
Right.
I was at that mindset because
On the
you know what I'm
market.
saying? That makes me nauseous. I'm that group of, and it ain't just me. My daughter also. Like when you take it, you immediately just want to throw. You just want to throw
Okay,
it
well,
up.
let them
And
finish
it feels good, so I feel lucky.
Paul. Yeah. So you was getting 300 and
20
400 a month. Okay.
Which ones was that?
Percocets 10s.
Teens.
10s.
Okay.
And so I started backing off. You know, the days I didn't feel bad, I would only take 1 or 2, you know. I wound up with 3 months supply when that doctor told me that he was taking me off.
Mm-hmm.
I had a 3-month supply of them stacked up in my house already.
Nice guy playing on something.
And I'm like, man, I wonder why I was saving them, right?
Right.
And it was because this clown gonna tell me that I was on drugs because I smoked some marijuana.
That's what I was about to ask, because I dove into, I'm going to play the physician or the doctor who told you, I don't want him coming back. In his mind, because you're doing weed, it's like, you're a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was like. So when I asked you, why did you keep asking why? You know what I'm saying? And you said it's because you've been smoking weed. I would have dug in even
That's
deeper.
crazy.
Let me tell you something. When something like that so devastating happened to you, you just be, out of it. I was devastated. It's Friday, and I'm like.
Did they treat you like one?
Oh man. Before the doctor was really nice to me, they be laughing and joking and
Fuck out of here.
This time when I come in there, man, everybody was like I had the plague, man.
Everybody
Like,
Security.
Security. It was whispering. There he is, what?
Over there, you ever see if he got some?
I'm like, so, I'm messed up, man. I'm gonna call my brother and I'm calling my best friends and telling them, man, I didn't do anything wrong. I smoked a little weed.
Yeah.
And I didn't think there was nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Only because Genesis 1, 11, and 12 says all God sees is good. So I thought that the marijuana seeds was good too.
But you keep all this to yourself.
No,
When?
Like when this was happening,
No.
you niggas slowly trying to shut the door. Did you raise hell and was you out
Oh, with them?
walking with them, or was you just like?
Nah, I just kind of laid back. So when what I did was, a few, 6 months, a year later, they started saying that you could have medical marijuana.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing about it. Because I was trying to think in my head, like, at what point did the marijuana movement, and at the same time, did the opioid, the fallout for the opioid?
It kind of overlapped each other. See what I'm saying? They kind of overlapped each other.
I think the marijuana one was first.
Because the marijuana, to me, I think the marijuana one, it's
the
been
white man
going
can't
for many
jump?
years.
White man can't jump.
Woody Harrelson.
Like he been doing that for like some decades. You know what I'm saying? He in our ear and they go in one ear and they go right out the other. Not the society jump on that we actually pay attention. We gotta wait for society to do it first. But I remember all that. He just went in and out.
But I'm saying even behind stuff like that, the weed culture is crazy. You know what I mean? It's been growing and it don't do nothing but escalate. And so they try to make it, and as they pass it in different states, to make it legal in different states, it's really just kind of nudging other motherfuckers once they see how much money they're making off of it. You know what I'm saying? They like, maybe I should do that shit too, because you get paid over here.
And it's a sad story that when you watch them campaign, because I'm watching them, it's like a 4-year-old girl. She need the oils for it, but it's illegal in this state. So for my daughter to, be okay, I gotta go to another state whenever hours or whatever, every time my daughter, has to do this, she ain't getting high off of it. It's an oil.
Right. But she can have a son too. They got that shit down pat now, like where you can send that shit.
And when people start to stand up, like when I was asking you, like, did you just take this abuse and go on about your business or whatever, or did you like, hey, I'm gonna talk to this person and this person?
All you can do is take the abuse, actually, because you don't know which direction to turn in, no matter what you look for or what you do. Because then I had to start looking for a doctor. You see what I'm saying?
In the middle of your battle with cancer.
Right, in the middle of all this stuff, I gotta look for a doctor, and not every doctor is gonna take you once they found out that.
And that's why they say now
they put it out there
this
like
stuff in there, right?
Yeah.
And now it's okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Bullshit.
And it make you like, it almost like it changes even if you want to smoke a little joint or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's like I see people all the time just like me and this chick had a conversation. She was driving in the car trying to roll some weed, like driving in the car. And I said, "Is it that serious?" And regardless of what her rebuttal was, I just, people, it's just that now to where it's like,
Right here.
Right when you change the diaper.
it ain't shit like, but then you get, it's just it ain't shit like that no more. So it's kind of ain't no, to me it ain't no, in the shadow type thing
Right.
to it no more. You know what I mean? Like it's like if I smoke, I smoke.
Right.
No, not who cares?
And anymore is no one cares if you do it.
Right.
I keep asking you, like, you know what I'm saying, like, did you make any type of noise or whatever? Because nothing ever gets addressed unless enough noise is made. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why. Because every time you turn on TV, seeing it, it's some group somewhere protesting or advocating it.
Right.
You know, now you gotta pay attention. It's like
Right.
similar to like when we always come out. Badass kids, so much noise was made, somebody had to look into it, like, damn, that's attention death disorder.
Right.
I seen a commercial.
Right.
I seen a commercial and it's an Asian girl, it's a white boy, and it's a black girl. And black girl is bowling, everybody's bowling, having a good time, but one of them is just so focused over here. And so I'm like, that's a family member that I got. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching all three, and it's like that attention shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look into it. So if we look into shit and stop categorizing as like a crack versus opioid thing.
Right.
They made attention. We didn't. We made fun of our crackheads. We didn't help our crackheads. We, you know what I'm saying? You ain't out of my house, and that nobody said it was a disease. And your mama a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? We made jokes out of it.
I ain't gonna get into it with you, Paul, but I will say it's another level to all that too. But what's similar is how the higher ups, the government and whatnot, people were supporting the drugs coming into the community, and now they were supporting big pharma for pushing the opiates, and getting everybody hooked. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that's in common. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
But then they want to say they blame the pharmaceutical companies. I cannot blame a pharmaceutical company for if I had been hooked on opiates at the point. If I hadn't done what I did the way I did, I probably would have been on heroin or something hard. Strung out on something. I was blessed. And the way I did it, I didn't. Not most people can do it that way.
Right.
A lot of people didn't. They don't have the bandwidth to say, hey, I don't need these right now. Even after 10, 15 years, I can still take. Don't get me wrong. One day, about 2 months ago, almost took one. I was in so much pain. I mean, I couldn't move my head to the left or the right. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't do nothing. And I almost took a pain pill.
Hey, if you feel anything like this, galloping in my damn toe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I almost took
That
8 of them.
so old.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, that was on my bucket list to
I don't give a
never have a
fuck.
conversation with nobody my age about gout. You old.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
About gout.
I just think it's gout. The doctor, he said it sounds like gout.
Smoke more weed.
That
Smoke more weed.
motherfucker, I'm like, hey. That shit, like, damn, I need a perk for you.
I'll never complain about that shit on Mondays though. Monday night he don't play. He's good and everything. Cause you smoke more weed. Every Monday.
All right, so okay, so you got the doctor dropped you.
Right.
You got to find a doctor.
Right.
All because you smoked a little bit and you had the piss test.
Right.
So that's straight bullshit.
Crazy.
But how did you move? I mean, at that point, you said you're not taking the pain pills, or you still taking the pain pills?
What I did was, in order for me not to be addicted to them or have
You just-
DTs or go into all those things that a person would do if they were on narcotics like I was, what I did was I stepped myself down. Just like I went from, because I didn't go from taking 4 a day. It was like I took 1 and then the doctor said take 2 and then they said take 2 a day, and then that's how I got that way. And so I told myself, instead of taking 4 a day, take 3. Instead of taking 3, take 2.
So
Take
those
1.
300,000 pills you had stashed in the garage, like are they still there?
No, I took them. That's
You heard me say that's
So
another.
you say down just to take
something.
yes.
Like look what I
I didn't know. No. did not know the plan was there.
Right.
I didn't know it. I had no idea why I was saving them pills. And I was saving them. I had them hidden in a little dark corner. Oh no!
That sounds like a stash.
We met him too late, because I was like, yeah,
That sounds like a
Probably won't get one that more.
Yeah, that sounds like a stash.
It was a stash.
All right.
Explain this stuff.
Okay. So let's hold right there. Let's get into our sponsor and do what we're supposed to do right now. Pay these bills.
Pay $1.
Let's get it, Juan.
I gotta taste some greens. You wanted me to get right into the other little things. Our sponsor, Draped Imperial Grapes. Let me get it together.
You might as well do the first one first.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
gotta
saying.
taste some greens. I want something different. I mean, some chicken from Moffin's Kitchen when they know ingredients, bits, and lists, and I'm on a brisket. I like my cornbread this thick. Pick up the phone, come get this. They got the biggest sandwiches. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Is that macaroni and cheese? Is that macaroni and cheese? Is that macaroni and cheese?
Yeah.
Our famous kitchen. Holler at us. We got you. 614-556-2174. Oh, we $5 for the rest of the month.
$5.
We got fucking 2 chicken. Look, you get chicken and fries. You get quesadillas and fries. You get 556-2174.
What's the quesadilla, sir?
A quesadilla?
A quesadilla.
Oh, you just call them Q because they start with a Q. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And when I want you to watch this, you got this smile and it just says, "We feed the people." That's what I think of when you're doing this. Look, there it is right there. Since they don't exist no more, you can ask that to belong. You can take that now. What they gonna do with it?
Hey, I used to hate his barbecue sauce, bro. It was like water over top of the meat and shit.
I didn't think that.
It was like shit. It was thinner than that. It was thinner than that. I used to hate
But
JP.
you know they made
But they done blew up. The motherfuckers all the way out on party.
Yeah, they got something right.
So he did something with that watery ass barbecue sauce. We
He
behind
had some flour to it.
Also, who also doing big things out here?
Big
doing something with
things.
that shit. Draped Imperial Grapes. Life should be relaxing, but it's not. Sometimes you have to create your own enjoyment with different flavors. Oh shit. With many different creams. Oh shit. I'm fucked up.
Slow down, keep going. They're like a
Dog, you love that shit, man.
I don't. I got confidence in you. You can do it, Duffy Moon.
do it, Ducky.
We can edit it. You can go back into it. I can just edit it out.
He's not. Ain't that what he said last week? And he did not edit a bunch of shit.
No, I killed it. Yeah. And I was killing it last week.
I made sure I edited
All right, we're
it.
going down there.
Draped Imperial Grapes. Life should be relaxing, but it's not. Sometimes you have to create your own enjoyment. With many different creme valor flavors such as blackberry plum, strawberry rose, peach, which we're drinking tonight, and pomegranate mango. Relax. Kick your feet up. Invite a friend and enjoy the taste. Creme valor. Draped Imperial Grapes.
That shit was sexy.
That's dope.
Who made that? Who came up with that?
And when they go off, it made me want to sing.
Okay.
If I had brought the Bluetooth system, we would have did it. We would have plugged it right in. Blow. And then they would have sued us. Actually, they would have sued you. We just sat here and watched.
They want some money too.
You know what I'll take is the publicity. Thank you very much. And
I would rather use one of our local artists. And we use our
hey, the
platform.
local artist song don't go with that shit right there.
I
When he
know-
get there
I
with that
know-
sexy
I know
ass
some
voice.
R&B ones. I know R&B.
I know some R&B ones too, but I said when this comes to that
Dickie
sexy.
Dolce, you got a bunch of R&B stars.
Oh man, they ain't got this
Biggie.
shit. They ain't got this shit.
Or they'll sing something right over.
They ain't got this
Just
shit.
go ahead, hit it real quick. Come on. Draped Imperial Grip.
Mr. DeBarge. I have nothing.
You what came up with it.
Right now you're against it, dude.
You what came up with it.
Because I had growth. I watched the shit and I just look at myself like, you dumbass. You thought of that dumbass shit, Paul.
That's why it's so awesome. Now the shit hit. Everybody like, where y'all gonna sing my song?
3 niggas who can't sing, but I can't sing faces, but we think that we can sing. Our shit was all like this. My mouth should never be in that position, even to sing it. I've been kicked out of churches for having that face right there.
Yeah.
So we breaking, man.
All right, yeah. Let's shake it off.